black. First it was Halloween, now Bedlam's back. This year again, it's on the big stage as ESPN's College Game Day will broadcast live from the library lawn. When you were hired, it was the second time ever that not only an OSU basketball program had an African-American head coach, but an OSU athletic program, period, had a head coach. Nearly 13 years in the making, and who better than number 13 to end the Cowboys' winless streak right here in Norman. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's coming back from a back injury. Injuries like that, you know, those could be career enders. Coach Boynton said it himself earlier this week. He didn't even know if Shine was still going to play basketball anymore. Pumping is one of the main traditions that symbolize homecoming preparation. Groups will be in rooms like these bringing together colorful paper and chicken wires to build visually appealing designs. The Cowboys have been to 27 bowl games in program history. And most recently, a lot of those bowl games have come in the Western region or the Texas area. After appearing in the NCAA regionals for the first time since 2011, Coach Gajewski and the Cowgirls are ready to hit the field strong here in Cowgirls Stadium. Talking about Juwan Evans, let's take a look at one of the potential players he might be actually passing the ball to a lot this year. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our new international player coming to us all the way from the Netherlands, Lucas Ingesson. More than 13,000 fans packed this arena tonight to watch the Cowboys do something they haven't done since 2004, and that's sweep the Sooners. It's been some hectic weeks for the Cowboys. First, they lose to Iowa State in a close one in the Big 12 tournament. Then they were defeated by Michigan in an even closer one in the NCAA tournament. Then head coach Brad Underwood left the next day to take the head coaching job at the University of Illinois. The news didn't get any better as star point guard Juwan Evans declared for the NBA draft. Fans campaigned for another former point guard to take the reins in Doug Gottlieb, but ultimately athletic director Mike Holder decided to hand the program to assistant coach Mike Boynton, Underwood's right-hand man for 4 seasons. Mike Boynton is the 20th head basketball coach in Oklahoma State history, and he will look to continue the grit and grind mentality of past teams.
Reeves, Rutherford, Mason, Graham, Smart, Forte. Those guys gave blood, sweat, and tears for them to continue to be able to do what they want to do. It's a big deal. It's a big responsibility. It's our job as a staff to convey that message to them every day. Let them know that they walk with pride. They play with passion and pride. They give everything they have every single time they step on the court because it means something to put that jersey on.
One of the key returners for the Cowboys will be forward Devon Dillard, who enjoyed a breakout season.
My guy, that's one of the guys that I talk to more than anybody. I feel like just keeping him on staff, that just gives us more trust in the coaching staff and the coaches that's to come. Just keeping him was a big asset for our team, recruiting wise, coaching wise, and just relationship wise.
There are many key components returning for the Cowboys for them to continue building off this season, and with Boynton at the helm, it looks like the future is bright again. For O State TV, I'm Richard Denson. As Coach Colin Carmichael referred to, it's one more game for the Cowgirls soccer team as they completed their regular season home schedule this past weekend and moved closer to claiming the program's 6th Big 12 championship. On Friday, the Cowgirls won its first ever match against conference newcomer Kansas State. The Cowgirls rallied from an early 1-0 deficit to score 2 straight goals and claim the 2-1 decision. Then on Sunday, the Cowgirls took the field for the final time as they hosted the Kansas Jayhawks on Senior Day. Junior Haley Woodard kept up her impressive play on the season, notching her team-leading 7th goal. After KU answered with a goal of their own, the seniors took over as defender Lauren Tresfield scored her first goal of the season, and midfielder Anna Befford scored a poetic goal that sealed the 3-1 victory for the Cowgirls. It makes sense that Tresfield, Woodard, and Befford all scored in that game, as they have been key cogs for a team that was projected to finish 6th in the conference in the preseason polls. Despite the Cowgirls playing on a field that's surrounded by construction, they've managed to post a perfect home record. Next season, they'll play in an upgraded soccer complex at this exact location.
I was like, are we almost home yet? And they're like, no. No, and that's just crazy feeling because the other 2 years I've been here, it's like, oh, we gotta win tonight, we gotta lose tonight. So this year we just really, we made it a fortress.
The Red Hot Cowgirls hope to open its new $20 million complex next season as the reigning conference champions. They face one final task as they conclude their regular season with the matchup in Austin against the Texas Longhorns. The surroundings of the field will be a bit different than the Cowgirls are accustomed to, but it won't matter to them. Their goal remains the same: prove the doubters wrong and win the Big 12 championship. For O State TV, I'm Richard Denson. The Camping World Bowl presents one of the most intriguing matchups of the non-New Year's Six Bowls. It boasts two teams with highly touted offenses and quarterbacks who can get it done in a multitude of ways. Virginia Tech quarterback Josh Jackson took the reins this year as a true freshman, and he has excelled this season, throwing for more than 2,700 yards and 19 touchdowns. He torched OSU rival and Big 12 foe West Virginia in a win earlier this season when he threw for 235 yards and ran for 101 yards, becoming the first Hokies freshman QB to accomplish those type of numbers. But on the other side of the field is a player who is no stranger to making an impact as a freshman. Mason Rudolph took the reins as OSU quarterback when his red shirt was burned in late 2014. Since then, he has put together a career stat line that's arguably one of the greatest Cowboy quarterbacks. He leads the nation in passing yards this season and broke Barry Sanders' single-season record for touchdowns. He has the most 300 and 400-yard games in school history. He will be going against an emerging Virginia Tech defense geared to stop him and cap off their second straight 10-win season.
It's great to me, but definitely to win it, it'll mean a whole lot. Not just to me, but I think it'll say a lot about this defense and, what we're capable of doing here and just, how our coaches prepare us for the future. So it'll definitely mean a lot.
I'm excited. It's, great opponent in Virginia Tech. Looking forward to getting down there. Obviously, got a lot of work to put in here in Stillwater, a lot of bowl practices to get under our belt. But, we're excited. We're going to put a great game plan together and go down there. Looking forward to, executing and winning.
The Cowboys have been to 27 bowl games in program history. And most recently, a lot of those bowl games have come in the Western region or the Texas area. Although this isn't their first time in Florida, this is their first time in Orlando. Kickoff is scheduled for 4:15 on ESPN. For O State TV, I'm Richard Denson.